Hello students, welcome back. This session would be a complete revision of the last module which we did, that is getting started with AutoCAD. Okay, so I'll go through a brief revision of it. We did dynamic input as our first topic in this module. Basically, the how you can type or you can invoke a command through your screen pointer input by using dynamic input. All right. The next we did was line tool. Line tool helps you in drawing objects on your screen. All right. That is L, enter is a shortcut key through your keyboard, or otherwise you can go into draw panel on your ribbon and invoke this tool. Other than that, you can also go to different toolbars, menu bars, and then go to draw panel and click on line to draw a line. For drawing orthogonal lines, you have to use Ctrl plus L, and for drawing lines on angles, you have to start your polar tracking. All right. We learned coordinate systems, basically the 4 coordinate systems: absolute coordinate system, in which we use the graphic points. In relative rectangular coordinates, we use @ which means from this point. In relative polar coordinates, we use the formula @ distance less than angle. And in the direct distance entry method, we directly draw our objects on the screen by using the cursor, the dynamic input, and with the help of ortho and polar tracking. All right. We also covered the erase tool, which helps in erasing the objects which we have drawn if we do not need it. In this, we also did how to cancel the command, that is escape key of your keyboard. We learned how to undo our actions by using Ctrl plus Z of your keyboard, or by clicking on your quick access toolbar, the left arrow. The right arrow gives you the redo tool. All right. And there is one more command, oops command, that is the one lifeline which helps you in bringing back the last deletion within your current session. We covered the circle tool, how to draw circles with various options: circle with center and radius, circle with center and diameter, with the help of 2 points, 3 points, tangent, tangent, radius, and 3 tangents. All right. We also covered the zoom display command and pan display command. The options we covered in zoom display command were zoom all, zoom real time, zoom window, zoom previous, zoom object, and zoom window. All right. Units tool, which helps you in setting the units, drawing units, through which you can set your workspace units, that is in architectural, in metric for decimal, and the angle measurement can also be set through units tool. Then we learned how to set limits of a given drawing, that is the drawing limits, by specifying the lower left corner, that is your origin, then the upper right corner, which is basically the workspace in which you are working in. You can calculate the limits by assuming a scale factor of your drawing, or if you have a particular scale factor when you are drawing original projects, okay, and calculate the limits accordingly. Then I also told you about option dialog box. We also did the object selection method from left side window, that is blue and firm lines. You have to cover the whole object, and from the right side, that is the crossing method, the green window and with the dash lines. Just cross the object and that will be selected. In this, there is a ledger method as well. Now, we also covered the how to do basic plotting. All right. For that, shortcut key is Ctrl plus P, and you can use the window option to select to create a window on your over your object and select it. And accordingly, if you want portrait, then portrait. If you want the landscape orientation, then a landscape orientation. You can center the plot, or you can give the scale, and as per the size of your paper and connectivity to your printer, you can print or also make a PDF of your drawing. That's all we did in the last module. Now, here are some shortcut keys That is your keyboard keys, which you should remember for this module. Control plus I, which toggles the coordinates. Control plus P prints your current drawing. L enter line command, E enter erase tool, escape key cancels the current command, C enter circle tool, Z enter zoom display command, P enter pan command, UN enter drawing units command, OP enter option dialog box, DS enter drafting settings dialog box. Alright. And there are some points to remember. See, first of all, I want to say after every change in units and limits, or you change your grid and snap, always enter zoom and then all command for applying changes to the drawing area. Please remember that. Even when you change your limits in your Limax, okay, do use zoom all command after every change in your workspace in relation to units and limits. Okay. Now, there is one more important point you should remember. While you're drafting in CAD, there are two main concerns in your mind: accuracy of your drawing and how fast you can finish it. Okay. But your mind should understand this point. Yes, you are working in CAD to create fast drawings. Rather than manual drawings takes time, but you should not ignore the importance of accuracy. Accuracy is very important in the concept of the life cycle of the drawing. By life cycle, I mean you are not the only one who will be using your AutoCAD drawing unless and until you are in your college time. Even in your college time, you have to submit your projects to your teachers, to your mentors. Alright? These are the people who will be using your drawing other than you. Okay? They would change some settings or rectify your mistakes, or it's not compulsory that every time you will be submitting a hard copy. Sometimes a soft copy is also given just to check what are the steps you have taken while drawing your project. It is important for mentors also to check whether you have copied your project or you have done your assignment seriously, and through which steps you have taken, and maybe we as a mentor or as a trainer, we can help you we can guide you basically to how accurate and fast you can work. By fast I mean the time saving commands, because to draw even a simple rectangle you have few commands, like you can draw a rectangle through line, you can draw a rectangle through a polygon command, you can draw a rectangle through a rectangle command. So it totally depends how accurate you want. It is important to understand which command is actually right for that particular drawing to operate from. Like, you need to understand what is the difference between, if I said to draw a rectangle, I can draw through a line, I can draw through a polyline, I can draw through a polygon, I can draw through a rectangle command. From all these four, definitely a rectangle can be a resulting object, but you need to understand which one will give you accuracy. Definitely, you can select the one which is faster for you. I mean, you can draw rectangles very fast with the rectangle command rather than going for a line command or a polyline command. But sometimes we have to see that we cannot draw that particular object using a rectangle command, even if it is a regular rectangle. We have to draw with a line. You will understand the difference, and you will I will give you some few examples when we do this rectangle command. But my point is, you have to understand this point, that along with making your project faster, or I would say the right word is time saving commands you can use, but do not forget the accuracy. Otherwise, the person who is using or editing this drawing made by you, the other person who will be using it will be the person whose life will be miserable. Yes, if I say this word, then this is a very big thing, because in a professional industry, you are not the one only who is going to use that particular drawing. Even if you work in a company, you have to submit your drawings to them. So after you leave that particular company, the other designers or other architects, other engineers will come and study your drawing. They will be using it. And one more important thing, other than you, if you're for example, if you're a architect or a designer who is working on a particular layout consists of so many things like lighting, like air conditioning services, like uh, you have a landscaping part. So landscaping drawing would go to a landscape architect. The lighting drawing would go to an electrician also, electrical consultant also. Your plumbing drawing would go to a plumbing consultant or MEP consultant. Your HVAC, your air conditioning concept will go to HVAC consultant. So there are so many people involved who will be studying your drawing. So accuracy is the most important factor for you to remember, and accordingly you need to draw your drawings. Why I'm again and again pinpointing the accuracy? Because your drawing should be just not for the presentation, I would say it should be clean in terms of understanding. For that, we have commands like layers, like blocks, and many others. But you should create something which is readable, which is understandable, and which is always easy to reuse other than you, for other people as well. All right. So these are the 2 points which you need to remember, because your drawing has a very long life cycle, not just only for just submitting an assignment. You have to understand this concept in a broader way. Next, this is as I said, you have test today. There are two figures I'll be giving you. One is this. Understand this figure and try to draw and submit. This is the test figure 2. Okay, these are the two figures you need to draw today. There is a self-assessment test you need to take today. Okay. I hope you all did well in your test. I just want to say in the next session, we'll be starting a new module, which is getting started with advanced sketching. So you will be learning new commands of drawing, how to sketch, basically, how to draft, I would say, how to draft drawings in your AutoCAD. The first one which we will be doing is drawing arcs and the different options through which we can draw arcs. All right. Thank you, students.